This video is going to be a little different. We're going to be doing a hoverboard only challenge in OG Fortnite. Maybe this is your sign to hop back into the game. Playing OG Fortnite has been a blast, especially getting all these hoverboardy limbs. For this challenge, I'm going to try to get a victory royale using the hoverboard only, meaning that everywhere that I travel, it needs to be on the hoverboard, every elimination that I do. So first things first, I'm going to have to try to drop in a location where there are hoverboards readily accessible. I guess for this video I can include where to grab hoverboards, mainly around Frosty Flights. Towards the edges of these POIs you'll usually see a hoverboard laying around. At the beginning of this video is where I ended up finding them consistently. This first spot was my first attempt, but it actually took me probably around 5, as this challenge came with its own set of challenges. As per my rules, I also wanted to make sure that all of the looting I was doing was with the hoverboard as well, and I didn't want to use any other mobility items, so I couldn't really use the balloons. And for the first try I made it all the way to the end, but I couldn't get up on high ground until I actually did, but then my hoverboard fell all the way down the mountain and I couldn't recover after that. In this next attempt I was able to grab one fairly quickly, but I ended up losing it like a couple times down a mountain, or either that entirely down a river. Here is that one. For the other attempt, I couldn't even find a hoverboard anywhere, and it ended up being like a not hoverboard challenge. So this is a final attempt right here. This is like my 5th attempt, and I actually got it on this one. Some of the challenges I faced: looting. Well, first of all, finding a hoverboard. Second of all, looting. Going through all of the stairs and the doors and everything on this freaking thing was crazy. What made me get it on this last attempt was actually better positioning and riding out the storm. I knew I was gonna have to be more strategic with my gameplay. I couldn't get this victory royale. I was constantly waiting for the storm to move, looking for the next location. One thing that made it easier was my movement. People really couldn't track me while I was on the board. Thankfully, I've had some really good tracking playing on mobile. I actually just recently updated my HUD, but at the same time it didn't really save while I was on the board, so I ended up playing with thumbs instead of a 4-fingered claw that I had set up. I think this really showcases the way that this game could actually be played on mobile. I really needed to use the speed on this hoverboard to gain me an extra advantage over other people that had more advantages than me. Towards the end, I decided to hide pretty much along all of these trees. Of course, people riding out the storm go along the edges trying to find the best spot to try to get this victory royale, and it definitely actually made it easier to move around. This challenge wasn't easy. Please join me in this challenge. Let me know if you actually completed it and how many times did it take you. Right now I'm working my way up to elite and ranked. I'm at Diamond 3 currently, and it's been a blast getting back into this game, especially with this challenge. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this.